Volunteer. If you're looking for something to do, this is Go Island. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. We are on location at Volunteer Comox Valley, and all of these brochures represent just some of the community organizations that need volunteers like you. Do you have time on your hands? Well, they can put you to work, or rather these people can put you to work for those people. So coming up later, interviews with the executive director as well as the volunteer advisor. And in the meantime, we're going to watch this from here in the Comox Valley. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. We are on location at Volunteer Comox Valley, and they share the office with Community Justice. It's on 8th Street, and you're going to have to Google it to actually find how to get in here. But it's 450 8th Street. We're going to put it up on the screen there for you so that you can write the address down. Now, if you're looking for something to do, this is where you want to come, because Volunteer Comox Valley has all kinds of opportunities all throughout the valley from all the various organizations that are doing great work here. Now, right now, we are going to head up to Campbell River to check in with Marjorie. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We're on location in the Comox Valley, and the rain and the gray continues. But we are on location at a very special little office for Volunteer Comox Valley. And why is that special? Because if you need something to do, they have lots of things for you to do. Joining me is Tyler Voigt, and he is the executive director of Volunteer Comox Valley. Now, Tyler, how many years has this organization been in the Comox Valley?
Well, the Volunteer Center was actually formed in about 2001.
Okay.
And it's the functions and services of the Volunteer Center have been about the same. They haven't changed since about 2001, but we've sort of expanded over the years.
Okay.
And we've added more member organizations, more members to the community, and more ways to get engaged in the community as well, too.
Okay, so I'm new to the community and I want to find something to do. I want to give back to the community in some way, get involved in some event. You have a line on all the events that need volunteers?
Yeah, we're well connected to the community. It's very easy to get engaged. All you have to do is just give us a call or come into our office or even go onto our website. And we spend a lot of time just contacting organizations, asking them what's going on in the community, what do you need volunteers for, and how to get involved in that volunteering activity.
Okay.
So we just like to follow up with them and make sure that it's all taken care of.
Okay, that's really neat. So now, say I only want to maybe volunteer a day.
Yeah, there's one-time volunteer opportunities.
Oh.
They're updated almost weekly. So a lot of one-time opportunities, of course, happen on weekends.
Okay.
So a lot of people think it's hard to get involved on weekends because lots of nonprofit organizations are only open on weekdays. But for one-time events, you can get engaged in one-time opportunities.
And then what if I am thinking, well, I could maybe spare a couple of hours a week, and I could commit to something on a weekly basis for the next year.
Okay, so if you wanted to volunteer for, let's say, a Wednesday, one time a week,
Yeah.
I would recommend getting in touch with us so we can set you up with an appointment to meet with one of our volunteer advisors.
Oh, you have those?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
so we can actually find you a volunteer opportunity that will meet your time that you have available.
Okay, and maybe not only time, but also interests?
Interests, skills, what you want to learn, your empathic connections to community, as well as accessibility, location, depending on how far you're willing to travel to volunteer.
Okay, great. So you're located in a building at 450 8th Street, and you share the space with criminal justice?
Community justice.
Community justice, okay. All right, we're going to take a short break, but stay right where you are. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We will be right back. Looking for an opportunity to volunteer? This is where you're going to find it at Volunteer Comox Valley at 450 8th Street. And right now we are going to have a look at this. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island. We're on location in the Comox Valley at Volunteer Comox Valley. Joining me is Ron Short. He is the volunteer advisor who helps people when they come in looking for something to do. Is that right? Is that a good description of what you do?
That's basically it, yes. That's basically what I do, yeah.
Okay. So let's say I've lived here for 10 years. My kids have all of a sudden left. I have empty nest syndrome, and I have time on my hands. And I'm thinking, I could probably do something a day a week. So how do I find what to do?
First of all, we have an application that you would fill out, which gives me some indication where your interests are.
Oh, okay,
and on
great.
the application are a series of interests that you would check off.
Okay.
And so I would know before you came here, by doing my paperwork, that you have some interest in certain areas. So I can do a check on the computer to see what those areas match up with opportunities in the valley.
Oh, okay.
So I already know ahead of time what I can run over with you to see what if that does match your interest,
Right.
or do we need to look somewhere else?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't just take somebody and put them into anything, like you actually
No.
try to match them up to the
Exactly. And
actual.
I think that's what I've learned over the process of doing about 50 or more interviews is everyone has an interest in something. I
Right.
just have to find what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you ever find somebody who's interested in video or TV, send them our way because we're
Okay.
always looking for volunteers.
We will. We will.
Now, how long have you been working with the organization?
I think it's over 2 years now I've been doing
Okay.
the volunteer advisor job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the most surprising thing for you?
That I'm able to match up what those people are interested in. I
Okay.
listen to keywords and how they express their interest, and maybe their voice goes up a little bit. I sense a little bit of interest and curiosity in something, and I tap into that. That's
Okay.
what I've learned over about 50 or more interviews, that everyone has something that they're interested in. Maybe they don't know it. Maybe I have to
Okay.
mention it to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so if you think you might be interested in doing something in the community that you currently don't know about, or you think you want to volunteer, 1 time, 2 times, weekly, monthly, these are the people that you want to come and see. Make an appointment with John and come on down. Ron, make an appointment with Ron, come on down, fill out the application, and it is available online as well. Check out the website. So thank you so much for your time
welcome.
today.
You're welcome.
Very appreciate that. We are going to take a short break. Don't go away. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island. We are at Volunteer Comox Valley, shared offices with Community Justice. Now, if you wanted to volunteer, they have some documentation for you to fill out. So they have this one, which is the application to volunteer. And then in addition, they have their pamphlet that gives you all sorts of choices of areas of interest that you might be interested in to volunteer your time. So you're not coming in here blind and they're not receiving you without having some sort of information about you. They're very good at matching you to something that you really like to do. So it helps you and it helps whoever it is you're going to volunteer for. So with that in mind, let's have a look at this. All of those brochures on the back wall, they are here at Volunteer Comox Valley from all the different organizations that need volunteers. So if you've ever given any thought to needing something to do, even if you only had an hour a week, even if you only wanted to volunteer 1 time to do a special event, they can help you find what you're looking for. Check out the website and the phone number on screen, write it down, give them a call, send them an email, and get involved in your community. Speaking of being involved in your community, Shaw TV is incredibly proud to be involved for another year with the Child Development Association to host the telethon live on Shaw TV starting this Sunday, November 2nd, from the Sid Williams Theatre from noon until 8. So you can either watch it online, streaming live, just go to cvcda.ca, or check out Channel 4, and either place will have the telethon live. It's going to be so much fun, and it is such such a great organization. They really, really need your help and your pledges, and they have a fantastic silent auction that's going to be going on all day long. So be sure to come down to the Sid Williams in person, have a look at the silent auction items, take in some of the local entertainment that has been collected to put on this fantastic show for you to raise funds for the Child Development Association. So we will see you tomorrow, and we will see you on Sunday.